Vibers, a very good evening to all of you. Once again, children, we are here. Yes, I hope you're coming back from Diwali celebrations. I know it will be a little difficult for you to resume study, but still you have to, children, because this is your board examination. It's the very first time going to attempt the board examination, and you have to be very serious because you're almost on the completion of your syllabus. Yes, we're going to complete it as soon as possible. Yes, good evening, Anushka. Hi, Kunal. How you guys doing, children? Yes, so children, I'm going to try to complete your syllabus as soon as possible in December so that we can have a lots of revision session. We can have a lots of practice session also. So children, before we start, let me introduce you to myself. Once again, I'm Anam Khan. I'll be your biology expert for this session, and we're going to discuss all the amazing and interesting topics related to biology. And currently, we are basically discussing how do organisms reproduce, and we have discussed so many concepts related to it. So if you have missed any session, you can just go and watch it on the Embibe, past Embibe classes, and before coming to the session, you can always attempt the pre-class assignment, and after the session gets over, you can always attempt the past Embibe assignment so that you know whether you have understood the concept or not. Yes, we're going to discuss about the male reproductive system in detail. We're going to discuss about what is a male reproductive system, what are the parts of male reproductive system, yes, in detail. So the children, let's start our today's session. Yes, the very first thing, children, in today's session, the chapter which is going on right now is the how do organisms reproduce, and the topics to be covered under this particular chapter is introduction to reproduction in organisms, which we have already discussed. Yes, and modes of reproduction in lower organism. Everything is been already discussed. If you have missed any session, please go and watch it out in the past Embibe classes. Next, we are on the sexual reproduction, and we're going to basically take up the reproductive health in the meantime. Yes, so let's start. Just a second. Yes, sorry. So children, we're going to basically discuss about the reproductive health in the upcoming session. All your sessions have been already scheduled on the Embibe app. What you have to do, dear children, you have to register for the upcoming classes so that you can attend the live session. It's your board examination, and children, you have to be very serious about it. Yes, so children, do not miss the live classes of any particular subject. Yes, all your subject classes are there on your dashboard. Do register for the upcoming classes. Please attend all the classes. All the Embibe educators are there to help you with your examination. Yes, so children, moving on, talking about today's session, next we have the concepts to be covered, and this session would be totally related to the male reproductive system, male sex hormones, and accessory gland of the male reproductive system. Yes, we're going to discuss in detail about the whole reproductive system, yes, the human male reproductive system in detail, and what are the accessory glands and what are the sex hormones assisting the reproductive system. Yes, but you know the ritual, you know what we do. We're going to have a quick recap of what we have studied in the previous session. क्या पढ़ा है पिछले सेशन में? We have discussed about the internal and external fertilization. Yes, how do organisms can have a fertilization outside the body, and how such organisms also have fertilization inside the body. Both of them can basically give rise to the young ones, the internal fertilization also and the external fertilization also. Yes, so children, if you have missed this session, if you want to, okay, Ruchita, 25 November or 25 December? Okay, so this is the basic difference between the internal and external fertilization. The external fertilization, okay, 25 November. Okay, so children, we're going to basically just boost up. I know the heredity chapter is little bit confusing, little difficult. I just try to schedule your extra classes on the weekend so that we could your particular syllabus on time. Yes. Okay, anybody else having a pre-board on 25? Anybody else is having their pre-boards apart from any? So this is going to be a first pre-board. They're going to be a pre-board second also. Yes or no? I think before examination, generally there are 2 pre-boards happening, right? Yes or no? Okay. We're going to discuss. So children, internal fertilization, the fusion of egg and the sperm will take place inside the female reproductive tract, and the external fertilization is basically when the external fertilization occurs outside the female body. Yes, the humans are the very great example of the internal fertilization, and external fertilization takes place in the birds and of course fishes, amphibians and all. Yes. Okay, so let's see what we have starting about Anushka. Mine is starting on 21st November as well. Okay, so all of you are having their pre-boards on the 25th November. So children, I know you want me to basically go and explain the whole heredity chapter. I'll try to do it as soon as possible before 25th. I'll just try to schedule your upcoming sessions. I'm going to try to have your extra classes on the weekends. We'll schedule that. Don't worry, okay? So children, talking about the other, what is this? This is a seahorse. Yes, as you can see, this is what? This is a seahorse. And children, the male seahorses, we're going to see a very important fact about the seahorses. Yes, children, female seahorses lay their eggs inside the male's pouch for them to nurse and give birth, which is very unusual. But of course, they're basically done. The female seahorses lay their eggs in the male pouches. So basically to give them nurse and basically give them birth. Yes, so this is about the seahorses. Next, what is this? This is your male reproductive system. So children, what is a male reproductive system? If I talk about the male reproductive system, it is a group of organs, specialized organ for the sexual reproduction. So children, all of you know the humans have the ability, yes, they basically are the most advanced organisms on the planet, most organisms which have the most advanced feature. So yes, what is the male reproductive system? The male reproductive system, children, is a group, yes, it's a group of specialized organ for the sexual reproduction. Each and every one, female and the male, both have them specialized organs to perform the sexual reproduction. Yeah, certain parts we're going to assist in the sexual reproduction. Talking more about the male reproductive system, next we have. So children, if we talk about the functions of a male reproductive system, what is the function apart from the part? What is the whole sole function of the male reproductive system? Okay. Talking about the male reproductive system, the very first thing is the production of sperm cells. Yes, the male gamete, the most important feature, the characteristic and the function of a male reproductive system is that it is going to do the production of the sperm cells. What are the sperm cells? Sperm cells is the production of the sperm cells, delivery of the sperm into the female reproductive system. Yes, the delivery of the sperm also. What is a sperm? Sperm is a male reproductive cell that contains genetic material, has a tail and for the movement. This is your sperm cell. So children, the function of the male reproductive system, the male reproductive part, is that to deliver the male gametes from the male to the female reproductive system, and that male gamete is the sperm, and the sperm, as you can see, which has a tail for the movement. Yes, the production of these sperm cells, the movement of these, the delivery of these sperm cells from the male reproductive tract to the female reproductive system. So this is the function of the male reproductive system. Yes. If you see children, this is how, this is your inside of your male reproductive system, the closer view of the male reproductive system. As we talk about more, next we have the testes. So children, the testes are the part of the male reproductive system. As you can see, this part is the testes. Yes, testes is basically there in a pouch like structure which is called scrotum, and it has a tube like structure which is called epididymis, which is where the sperm matures. So what is the function of the testes? All of you children, the function of these testes is to produce male gamete. What is that? The function of the testes to produce male gamete. Yes, the production of the sperm cells requires lower temperature than the normal body temperature. The testes are not inside the male body, they are outside the male body. Basically, the reason the testes are outside the male body is because the sperm development, the sperm formation requires the lower temperature in comparison to the normal body temperature, and that is the reason the testes are outside the body. Sperms, they basically matures in the epididymis. Epididymis is the place where your sperm matures, the male gamete matures before it is ready for fertilization, before it goes into the female reproductive tract for the fertilization or to fuse with the egg cell. So children, the testes, the scrotum and the epididymis are the parts of the male reproductive system. Okay. So children, this is about the testes. Let's talk more about the parts of the male reproductive system. The next part of the male reproductive system, as we talk about, is the vas deferens and the bladder and the seminal vesicle and ejaculatory duct. So children, as you can see, this is the testes, there was the epididymis, this is your ejaculatory duct. Yes, this is the ejaculatory duct, there is a seminal vesicle, there is a bladder and there is a vas deferens. Each and every one has a different role to perform in the male reproductive system. What is the function of vas deferens? The vas deferens takes sperm cells into the ejaculatory duct. So before the sperms are being released into the female reproductive tract, the vas deferens takes the sperm cells into the ejaculatory duct, where the ejaculatory movement, where the release of the male gametes takes place. So function of the vas deferens is to basically take the sperm cells to the ejaculatory duct. Let's talk about in detail about the vas deferens. As I talk about the vas deferens, children, so children, what is the ejaculatory duct? As we talked about the vas deferens, children, the ejaculatory duct, which is this one, joins the vas deferens and seminal vesicle into the urethra. So basically, in the male reproductive tract, the urethra and the passage for the ejaculation, the passage for the urine and the ejaculation of the male gamete is similar. So children, the ejaculatory duct which going to join with the vas deferens, as you can see, through the seminal vesicle. Can you see? This is your ejaculatory duct and this is going to join with the vas deferens and eventually it will lead to the urethra. The seminal vesicle and the prostate provide fluids and nutrients to the sperm. So what is the function of seminal vesicle and the prostate gland? The function of the seminal vesicle and the prostate is to basically provide nutrition to the maturation and of course provide certain fluids to be given to the male gamete. Yes? Is it clear, children? Yes or no? Yes, is it clear? So children, as you know, talking about ejaculatory duct is going to join the vas deferens. The vas deferens is going to join with the urethra, which is a common passage for the sperm release, for this ejaculation and for the urine formation and for the urine discharge also. Yes. Next, what is the function of the prostate and the seminal vesicle? The function of the prostate and the seminal vesicle is to provide nutrients and nourishment to the male gametes or the sperm cells. Clear? Urethra, once again, it's a common passage for the sperms, for the male gametes and for the urine also. In the males only. In the females, there is a different passage. Yes, but in the males, there's a common passage for the movement of the sperms or the male gametes and the urine. Clear? Yes or no? Is it clear, children? Yes? As we move forward talking more about the different parts of the male reproductive system, yes, as I click on the prostrate, something wrong with this. The urethra is a shared duct for urine and sperm. This is what I have told you about, children. Urethra is a shared duct, common duct for urine and sperm. This is what I have been telling you. The urethra is a common duct, the urethra is the common or the shared duct for both urine and sperm. The passage is common, yes, for the sperm movement also and for the urine also. In the male reproductive system, the sperm and the urine will have a common passage or the common duct. Children, the sperm will travel into the urethra through the penis, which delivers them into the female reproductive tract. Yes, so children, the particular part in the male reproductive system, which is called the penis, will deliver the male gamete into the female reproductive tract. So this is the function of the male reproductive system. We have discussed about each and one. That urethra is a common passage and the penis is going to basically deliver the male gametes into the female reproductive system. Clear, everyone? Is this clear? Yes? Any questions related to it? So as we talk, all the particular function, all the particular part will have a particular function to perform. Do not forget, yes, the vas deferens, the function of seminal vesicle, the function of the prostate gland, the function of the testes, the function of the penis, the function of the urethra. Each and every part of the male reproductive system will have their particular function to perform. Yes, the question might come up from the functions also. Explain the function of vas deferens in the male reproductive system. Explain function of the seminal vesicle in the male reproductive system. All the things can be basically asked in your examination. Shall we move forward? Okay, moving forward, talking more about the male reproductive system. Next, we're going to talk about the pathways. Yes, we have discussed about each and every one. We have discussed about the scrotum in which the testes are present. We have discussed about the epididymis, prostate, ejaculatory duct, seminal vesicle, bladder, vas deferens, urethra and the penis. Okay, let's talk about the pathway of the sperm. Yes. So children, listen carefully. What is the whole pathway of the sperm from the testes to the urethra? Okay, talking about the pathway of the sperm, children, we have, as we talk about the pathway of the sperm cells are produced in the testes. This is what I was telling you. The male gamete formation takes place in the testes and they get matured in the epididymis. Yes, epididymis is the place where the maturation of the male gametes takes place. First of all, yes. Okay, Ruchita, the reason the sperm is motile so that it can travel from the male reproductive system to the female reproductive system and can easily reach up to the egg cell for the fertilization. And the reason why sperm is motile, because it has tail for the movement. Yes, it has tail for the movement. So children, your male gametes are being made in formation takes place in the testes. Epididymis basically is where the maturation of the male gametes takes place. Then after the maturation, it is going to travel through the vas deferens. Yes, the vas deferens into the seminal duct and into the urethra inside the prostate. Simple. Listen carefully. After the epididymis is going to mature the male gametes, it's going to travel through the vas deferens into the seminal duct. The seminal duct and the prostate is going to basically, what they're going to do? They're going to basically mix the fluid. Yes or no? For the nutrients, mix the fluid and nutrients into the male gametes, and finally it is going to reach to the urethra for the ejaculation. Yes, the seminal vesicle and the prostate secrete fluids and nutrients that help the sperm. Yes, the actual formation of the sperm takes place in the testes only. Yes, Testes is where the male gamete formation takes place. Then the maturation is the epididymimus. Then it will go to the vas deferens. The prostrate and the seminal vesicle going to pour their secretions, going to pour their nutrition, pour their particular nutrients and the fluids going to basically mixture so that it can easily travel through the female reproductive tract. Clear? Okay, as we move on, next we have a question for you. Come on, quickly tag all the particular parts of the male reproductive system. Just now we have discussed about it. Yes? Just drag and drop. Okay, come on quickly. Sneha, the function of ejaculatory duct is exactly similar to how the urine ejaculation takes place. The whole pathway, the duct is same. Urethra. If you remember in the life process, I have discussed about the urethra. Urethra is where the urine passage takes place. The urine is being removed from the body through the urethra. Yes, external organ in the females. But in the males, the urethra and the ejaculatory duct is similar. They have a common passage for the urine formation or the urine transfer outside the body and the male gamete transfer outside the body, and that is what the ejaculatory duct is. Similar to urethra. Urethra and ejaculatory duct is one thing only. They are not different passages. That is one passage. Yes? Clear? Come on, quickly answer this. The correct answer is this. This is the penis. This is the urethra, which is also called as ejaculatory duct. This is a vas deferens. There is a ejaculatory duct again, as you can see. There is a seminal vesicle. There is a prostrate gland, epididymis and testes. Yes? Still you couldn't answer, guys. Children, last now we have discussed about it. Children, when sperm basically, the sperm with the male gamete gets a signal for the ejaculation, they equipped with essential fluids that helps the sperm movement, provide nourishment, protect the foreign environment. Yes, as you can see, children, this is how the sperm basically traveling inside the ejaculatory duct before it is being released for the fertilization. So children, when the sperm is basically getting a signal, so that have to be removed from the male reproductive system, they're going to be mixed up with the nourishment. They're going to basically have a sperm movement through the tails and they're going to be protected in a foreign environment. So children, these are the particular, this is how the particular sperm is going to basically transfer through the male reproductive tract, and this is the formation. Next we're going to talk about, next we have, so we have accessory glands which is going to help in the secretion, which is going to help enhancing the nourishment, the more maturation of the male gamete. So yes, what are the accessory glands? The accessory glands in the male reproductive system is helping in the sperm movement, it helps in the nourishment of the sperm, it is going to protect the sperm. So children, what are the accessory glands? Accessory gland secretion is going to help in providing the nourishment to the particular sperms or the male gametes and basically helping them, protecting them and basically helping them in the movement, so that can easily be moving from the male reproductive tract to the female reproductive tract. Yes, so these are the function of the accessory gland. So children, what are the accessory gland? Talking about the accessory gland, the bulbourethral gland, prostrate gland, seminal vesicle. especially the gland which is prostrate gland and bulbourethral gland. As you can see children, if I basically going to zoom it, you can see the bulbourethral gland and the prostrate gland. This is how it looks like. These are the bulbourethral gland and this is the prostrate gland. These are the accessory gland helping with the nourishment of the male gametes and helping in the protection of the gametes, helping in the movement of the male gametes from the male reproductive tract to the female reproductive tract. Yes, talking more about these accessory gland, next we have what? Yes, next we have what? As we talk about the accessory gland, what are the accessory gland? Listen carefully, the question might come up. A pair of seminal vesicles are located posterior to urinary bladder and lateral to the vas deferens. Can you see this? This is your prostrate gland. Yes. Where is your prostrate gland situated? It is basically located on the posterior of the urinary bladder. It is there on the posterior side. This is your urinary bladder where the urine stores and this is your prostrate gland. Yes, that's a reason the male gamete, the particular sperms and the urine have a common passage because the prostrate gland and also urinary bladder are there side by side. Yes. Okay. Next we have the prostrate gland is located below the urinary gland. A pair of bulbourethral gland is located near the base of the penis. So children, just now we have discussed about it. This is where the situated, this is where the whole seminal vesicle, this is your seminal, this is your bulbourethral gland just situated behind the penis. There is a prostrate gland and this is the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is basically located posterior to urinary bladder again, and again the prostrate gland is located below the urinary bladder. Yes, this is below and this is on the posterior. Can you see? This is your seminal vesicle and this is your prostrate gland which is basically secreted, which is situated below the urinary bladder. So these are the particular parts which are basically present to assist the male reproductive system, to assist the male gamete formation, to assist the transfer of male gamete from the male reproductive tract to the female reproductive tract. Clear children? Yes or no? Is it clear? As we move forward talking more about the accessory glands, next we have the secretion of the gland. Accessory gland is mixed with the sperm and that particular formation of the fluid is called semen or seminal fluid. All the particular secretion is going from the, yes, this male gamete formation takes place and how this is being transferred. So children, the secretion from the accessory gland is going to mix up with the sperms and will going to form a seminal fluid or we call it as semen. Yes. So this is how the basic particular semen or the seminal fluid is formed when the accessory gland is going to mix the fluid with the sperms. Yes. Next we have a question children, drag and drop the accessory gland names. Yes. Come on, drag and drop the accessory gland names. Quickly. Drag and drop the accessory gland's name. Prostrate gland, bulbourethral gland and seminal vesicle. All three are accessory gland. Yes, is it clear? Next what we have children, let's see, we have metamorphosis in frog. Children, there is a metamorphosis in frog which takes place, the formation of the tadpoles into a frog, and that takes place through the hormone. Which hormone? Thyroxine. Yes, thyroxine hormone is the hormone through which the formation of a tadpole into a frog, yes, the metamorphosis takes place. Yes, this is how, through the thyroxine hormone. Children, hormones, metamorphosis होती है hormones से. How the hormones can bring out the changes in your body, in the male body. Yes, how these hormones are responsible for the changes happening inside the body, like the changes in the voice, appearance of beard, strong intense emotions, pimples. So children, the reason the hormones bringing out the change are because they are the sex organs. These are the particular hormones which are basically secreted by the reproductive system, male or female, which brings out the maturation in the body. And the male sex hormone is the testosterone. We are going to basically discuss about what changes does the testosterone brings out into a male body. So children, the testosterone is the primary male sex hormone produced mainly by the testes. Yes, testes, which was basically producing the formation of the male gamete. The sperm takes place inside the testes, and we have a testosterone, which is a sex hormone, which is also being secreted in the testes. Yes? Okay? Okay? So children, talking more about the male sex hormone, what changes that is basically being, what are the function of the testosterone? If you remember children, in the animal hormones, in the control and coordination, yes, in the endocrine glands, there I have discussed about the female sex hormones and the male sex hormones and the functions and the particular changes that they are basically having in the particular body. Yes, we have already discussed about it. Let's talk about the function of the testosterone. Yes. Talking about the functions of the testosterone, the development of the male sex organ, all the particular organs we have just now studied, all the particular glands which is being developed, this is all because the whole reproductive system, the whole male reproductive system is basically developed because of the hormones. Development of the secondary sexual characteristics, yes Sneha, it is a part of your syllabus. How do organisms reproduce is a chapter in your syllabus. Yes. Necessary for the sperm production, yes, for the male gamete formation, testosterone is absolutely very important. Next, it stimulates the function of parts like seminal vesicles and the prostate gland, which is basically mixing the nutrients in the male gametes. So these are the functions of the testosterone. If you talk about the function of the testosterone, development of the male sex organ, development of the secondary sexual characteristics in boys, the formation of beard, the whole deepening of the voice, the formation of the Adam's apple, yes, the hairs in the pubic areas, yes, these are all development of the testosterone. They are necessary for the sperm production also, and they are necessary for the seminal vesicles and the prostate gland. Clear? These are the functions of the testosterone, which is a male sex hormone. Yes, is it clear children? Yes? Next, so children, which brings to our end of this session where we have discussed about the male reproductive system in detail. We have discussed about all the parts of the male reproductive system, their functions in detail, and of course the male sex hormones and their characteristics. Is there anything which you have not clear to? You can ask questions, and if you have missed the session, you can always go and watch it on the past Embibe classes. Yes children, we are coming to end of this chapter. We have discussed about the specialized organs for the sexual reproduction in the male. Yes, so children, we have discussed about how the production of male takes place, how the delivery takes place, and how the different glands, accessory gland is going to assist in the formation of the seminal fluid. Yes, and how it is going to basically the ejaculatory duct and the urethra is similar. Yes, so we have discussed all things in detail. Next we have children, the testes of the male reproductive systems require a temperature lower than the human body to produce sperms, and that is the reason, this is what I have told you, since the testes requires lower temperature, they are basically outside the body, they are not inside the body, because the normal they do not require the body temperature to produce sperms. Clear? Next what we have, you know children, what is this? This is your Embibe app. You can log in through your phone number and your email ID. What you have to do, you have to just select school exam, CBSE, 10th standard, select your particular language and done, and land on this page. Go to the home page, go to the Embibe live classes, and you can see children, this is right now taking your class, which is the male reproductive system. These are the upcoming classes I have scheduled, As you can see, children, next topic going to be a female reproductive system. In detail, we're going to discuss about the female reproductive system. What you have to do? You have to register for the upcoming class, check out the pre-class activities and the post-class. Next, we're going to discuss about the menstrual cycle. Yes, and the upcoming classes will be scheduled for the next week also. You can learn, you can practice, you can test, you can see how much you have achieved through this app. This is a one-stop solution for everything. Please do join us on the Embibe app, and especially when there is a practice session, so that you know you can answer through the Embibe app using a phone, laptop or your mobile. Next, children, we have Embibe Lens app. You can download this app, scan the text and see everything in the 3D. And last, we have Embibe Telegram channel. You can join us over here so that you never miss an update. Tomorrow, we're going to discuss about the female reproductive system in detail. Do not miss the session. Please register for the upcoming class. Yes, and I'm going to complete your syllabus as soon as possible before your pre-board. At least I'll try to complete more than half. Yes, the heredity chapter, we're going to basically do that. Yes, until then, please take care, keep imbibing. Bye-bye.
Keep imbibing. We believe in you.